Okay, so welcome to my video for Polybius, which is currently out on PS4 and PSVR, and will shortly be out for Steam. I wanted to do a video for this game because I think it's awesome and it needs more exposure. In this video you'll see that I'm actually playing with a PSVR headset, which gives you the most incredible experience. It's just indescribable, and you can't really communicate it as well on a flat screen. As great as the game is in 2D, I would thoroughly recommend VR wherever possible, and I'm assuming the Steam version will have some kind of VR compatibility as well. So yeah, we're going to look at little tips and tricks, the basic functions of the game, how to increase high scores, and we're just going to see how far we can get into a run on Polybius. And hopefully you'll enjoy what you see and maybe consider purchasing it for yourself. But I would thoroughly recommend it, especially if you're into VR. It's probably one of the best games you can get on any VR platform. And like I say, hopefully Oculus and Vive players will be able to play it on Steam very soon. So here we go, this is the first level. We control this ship that you can see at the bottom of the screen. I'm holding down the cross button to basically continually fire. Firing is defensive and offensive because it will shoot down any projectiles heading your way. So here we see some enemies, we'll keep blasting them. You hear the sound which rises in pitch as you shoot enemies. Certain groups of enemies will then give you an accuracy bonus. And then you get a little pill. So in this case we have a super boost pill. But yeah, any high accuracy groupings will lead to some kind of bonus, a better bonus pill for the better accuracy that you can achieve. So yeah, here we are flying along, shooting down enemies again, trying to get bonuses. And you also see that I'm flying through these pairs of horns, cattle horns, which are gates. So if you can fly through them, it gives you a speed boost. And if you can get fast enough and then continue to hit the gates, you'll see there's like a red wave of destruction that sweeps along in front of you, and that will take down any hostile enemies. If I then was to crash, we would then lose our momentum, lose our speed, and have to build that back up before we got that destruction wave. This whole game is geared around a nice smooth flow. We want to be constantly going as fast as we can, hitting as many gates as we can, because then that does a lot of the work of offense rather than the guns on your ship, which aren't actually particularly powerful. And there's some points later in the game where we're going to barrel through stuff, and we won't be able to shoot it all. We're relying on that destruction wave. Okay, so you'll also notice that we have shields up at the top of the screen there, 6 shields. So on the mode I'm playing, classic mode, you get extra shields every time you complete a level, up to a maximum of 9. If we were to crash into something or get shot down and lose a shield, lose all your shields, and it's game over effectively. Well, you have 1 life without shields and then you're gone. Here we go, we've got a high accuracy bonus here and a time warp. Now this is great because we can spin around with all the time in the world. Everything we hit we're getting a 10 times bonus, and it becomes very easy to line up the aiming for the gates, although actually I just hit that one having said that. There we go, that's better. So yeah, that's always worthwhile grabbing whenever you can. I'm just spinning around here to avoid these dark blue rectangles because they're indestructible obstacles. But yeah, we navigated that, no problems. Okay, when you get these speed boosts, sometimes it goes so fast that you can't really tell what's going on. It is better in the headset because it's running at 120 frames a second, which you won't see on YouTube. But sometimes it's pure twitch reaction. You see suddenly a cattle horn in front of you and you get through it. You don't have to go through all the cattle horn gates, it's not necessary. Sometimes it's best to leave them if you think you're going to clip the edge and lose a shield. But I like to try and go through them wherever possible and keep my momentum up. Okay, great. And we get a bonus based on how many cattle horns we got through without smashing into the side and breaking our chain. Although it's relatively a very small bonus, like 27,000 bonus for when I've got 1,000,000 points. It's not really great. I think they should probably rebalance that. But the better bonus is for how many cows you kill. Yeah, so you'll notice there's lots of cows and cattle knocking around. As we shoot them, that total accumulates throughout all the levels, and then we get a bonus based on that. It's also based on our score multiplier, which you can see in the top right of the screen. That will increase as you do good things like going through gates and shooting down enemies and stuff. And later on you'll see that we can fly, and that will increase our multiplier. So we always want to keep that as high as possible, which again goes with the whole ethos of the game of maintaining speed, maintaining momentum. You'll find if you get hit and you slow down, you then probably take several more hits because you need the momentum to barrel through obstacles. You'll notice when I do something good, like go through a gate or pick up a pill, there's a shield that literally appears around my ship. That's a deflector. And it only lasts for a second or a fraction of a second, but sometimes the game is designed so that you use that deflector to smash through an impassable obstacle because you are totally invincible when you've got it on. And yeah, later in the game you'll find that becomes very important that we maintain that deflector shield. Sometimes when you're in a strange orientation like sideways or upside down, it can be quite hard to line up with the gates properly. I find if you look at your trace and bullets and you can see that they're going through the gate, then you'll go through the gate as well. And in VR it's much easier to kind of line it up, because you can recalibrate the view if you need to get your point of view exactly behind the ship. So when you're watching the trail of tracers going through the gates, then you know you're going to go through. You've got some good momentum going here. I'm trying to move around a little bit and hit more enemies, but really the main focus is get through the gates, because then the destruction wave takes care of all the enemies for you. Once you hit 9 shields, you can't get any more shield bonuses. So in classic mode you get an extra 3 shields every level. You can play pure mode, which is only 2 shields extra per level, and once you've lost them all, that's it, it's game over. You can't then continue as you can in classic mode. YOLO, you only live once, is really challenging. You get 9 shields at the start, but you can never gain another. So that's pretty tough. We'll probably do a video of a YOLO run. I'm currently top 40, I think, so not the best, but I think hopefully we can improve that. So keep an eye out for that one. This level, man, I just don't even know. I mean, this thing is dropping pills on me left, right and centre. I don't know if that's a metaphor for something. It probably is. Trying to hit these gates. Yeah, we got some cattle on the side, so we'll shoot down the cattle because, like I say, that then accumulates and it pays a hefty bonus as we get later into the game. The psychedelics of this game are incredible. Amazingly, it doesn't even get you sick in the PSVR. Don't know how they managed that. I'm quite sturdy when it comes to VR sickness anyway, but you would expect if anything was going to make you puke, it'd be this, and it doesn't. It's really comfortable. Get these funny little messages in between levels as well sometimes if you leave it to run. We'll look at that later. There we go, we've accumulated 155 cattle killed, so that's really starting to add up our bonus points at the end of each level. Okay, level 5. Man, I hate this level. These Space Invader enemies, these green guys, when you shoot them, they fire up these purple spikes which then can't be destroyed. So if you fire on one of these guys at point blank range, they're going to put an obstacle that you're bound to crash into. But you can't not shoot at them because they're going to home in on you otherwise. So yeah, you need very twitchy reactions. There's loads of obstacles on the floor and ceiling of the level. So the key is let's hit these gates. The destruction wave takes care of those green guys. It's the only thing that wipes them out completely without letting them add the spikes to the level. Just sweeps them away. And you hit these gates, You'll also notice at points on the side of this level there's like black and white squared sections on there. You know you're going to get no spikes and obstacles, but of course that's where you're going to see Space Invaders. So still, the best thing is to get in there and try and hit those gates. And if you hit the gates, you get your deflector shield up, and then you can barrel through the spikes if you need to. So I think the best tactic for this level is hit the gates. I did try getting through the level without shooting, because there's a trophy based on that, but those Space Invader guys just crash into you anyway. So I found that this is actually the best tactic. But yeah, this level's a real bitch, because I think I've only ever completed it without losing a shield once. Also, I love the old school modem sound when you shoot those blocky enemies. Okay, so that's the first 5 levels of Polybius, so now I guess you probably should have an idea of what you're in for with this game. It's like nothing else. We'll crack on with the next 5 levels in the following video, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks.